Hello and welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. As you can see, we have another $500 box of half dollars to go through. We'll be looking for silver, proofs, NIFCs, varieties, mint errors, foreign coins, anything worth more than a half dollar. We've got 50 rolls to go through. Let's get it open and get started. All right, the moment of truth. Nothing obviously silver. All right, let's get to it. Roll number one. And this could be a good sign. It could also be a bad sign, who knows? Check it out. A 67, 40% silver in the first roll. Let's hope this is a good sign. We'll see how it goes. We're on roll number 8. We have a very scarce variety. Under the scope is a 1971 Denver. If you look at the lettering in the model, you'll see it's quite a bit thicker than normal. And if you look at the letter I, you'll see a deep split here at the top right, splitting at the top left and the bottom left, and triple splitting on the bottom right. There's also extra thickness in the date. And if you come over here to the words "We Trust," you'll see extra thickness in the lettering, making it look a little bit distorted. You'll see deep splits at both top serifs of the first T, the top of the U on both sides, a deep split here at the bottom serif of the S, and a deep split over here at the right serif of the last T, as well as a split right here on the left serif of the 1 and the date. The T in Liberty is also quite a bit wider than normal, and the left serif is very, very wide and squared. Now, if you think this is the FS102 in the Cherry Picker's Guide, you'd actually be wrong. This is DDO-017 on Variety Vista. This variety is nearly identical to the FS102, except the splitting in the letter I is a bit more extreme at a different angle, and the splitting in the word trust is a bit more extreme as well, with a deeper notch here on the last serif of the T. This variety is one of my favorites to find, but I almost never find one. It's been at least 1.5 to 2 years since I found one of these. Pretty exciting. All right, let's go back to the hunt. Roll number 10 with our first NIFC of the box, or not intended for circulation. It's a 2018 Denver with a ring of death on it. Yes, it was on the end of the roll. Minutes of 6.1 million. Damage, but still to find. Let's keep going. Roll number 12. We have another NIFC. This is a 2019 Denver, minutes of 1.7 million. All right, let's keep going. Roll number 19. We have another NIFC. This is a 2013 P, minutes of 5 million. All right, let's get back to it. Roll number 20, and this time we have a variety. Under the scope, we have the reverses of two different 1973 Ps. The top example is the regular die. Notice how much thinner the lettering is compared to the bottom example? And the top example also has sharp serifs at the bottom of both S's. The bottom example has thicker lettering and rounded serifs at the bottom of both S's. Here you can clearly see the splitting at the bottom serif of this S right here. With the coin upside down, you can see the notching at the bottom of all the serifs of the lettering in the word America. This is DDR number 2 on Variety Vista. All right, let's get back to it. Roll number 22, we have another variety. Here we have another 1971 D. This example is in a late die stage, so it's hard to see all the details. But if you look at the letter I, you can see a deep split at the top right, squared split serif at the top left and at the bottom left, and light triple splits at the bottom right. Over here in the word trust, the lettering is just a little bit thicker, looking a bit distorted, even though you can't really see the splitting because of the late die stage. And up here at the T in Liberty, you can see it's a bit thicker than normal, and the left serif is widened and flat. This is the FS102 in the Cherry Picker's Guide, or DDO-006 on Variety Vista. It looks very similar to DDO-017, but the shape of the letter I is just a little bit different, and the splitting in the word trust is also just a little bit different. All right, let's go back to the box. Roll number 32. We got a pair of back-to-back NIFCs. First is a 2009 Denver, mintage of 1.9 million, and a 2019 Denver, mintage of 1.7 million. All right, let's get back to it. Roll number 33, we have another variety. Under the scope is a 1984 P. I'm holding it somewhat upside down so you can see the thickness of the base of the T in Liberty and the splitting that runs through the center. The letter I in Liberty also has a thick base with splitting down the center. This is DDO number 1 on Variety Vista, or WDDO number 1 on wexlersdota.com. It can be identified by the shape of the T and I in Liberty and the mint mark placement. All right, let's go back to it. Roll number 41, we have another variety. Under the scope is a 1971 D. You can see a little bit of extra thickness in the motto and in the date. Over here in the word trust, it's hard to see the details because it's a very late dye stage, but you can see extra thickness with a very, very faint splitting at the bottom of both legs of the R and the top of the U on both sides. The T in Liberty is also just a little bit wider than normal with a widened split serif on the right side. And if you're ever unsure whether or not you have a double dye, just check the E in Liberty right here on this middle bar. As you can see, there's a nice split right here. This is a late dye stage example of DDO number 13 on Variety Vista. It looks very similar to DDO number 7 and 14 because of the shape of the letter I, but the nick mark placement's a little bit too far out. All right, let's get back to it. Roll number 45. And the box started off with some silver, and maybe it's going to end with some as well. Right there. Yep, a 68D, 40%er. All right, 5 more rolls to go. Well, the last 5 rolls were a bust. Let's do a recap. That was not a bad box at all. We had a total of 12 finds on the board, including 2 40% silvers and 5 varieties, which include a 1971D FS102, a 71D DDO number 13, a rare 1971D DDO number 17, a 73P DDR number 2, and an 84P DDO number 1. And to top it off, we had 5 NIFCs, including a 2009D, a 2013P, a 2018D, and 2 2019Ds. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content and it made you smile even just a little, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any feedback or questions about any of these finds, feel free to leave me a comment. I'll be happy to get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story, and some of those stories often have a happy ending. I'll see y'all next time.